Hello, how have you been? I hope you guys are fine. This video includes an overview of Exegriff, the best boons and hammers available to it in its default form, its aspects and the best boons for those aspects in question. This guide also concludes the Weapon and Aspects Overlook series. We will follow with High Heat and Mirror of Darkness guides promptly. So, if you're interested, don't forget to subscribe. And thank you. Exegriff, a ranged weapon that dominates mid-range with excellent mobility, will most likely be your last unlocked weapon. My impression from the community is it's also the most polarizing weapon. People either love this one or hate it. While its damage is lacking a bit, it definitely doesn't seem weak overall when compared to other weapons. A ranged weapon with very little limitations and downtime, this general archetype of this weapon usually surfaces as some of the most broken options in other games. I think that's why in Hades Exegriff suffers from a severe lack of damage, at least initially. Since it has excellent attack speed and reach, latter parts of the run ends up a fair bit easier compared to the earlier parts. In my opinion, this weapon also has the strongest Daedalus Hammer upgrade options in the game. In fact, it has multiple of them, so that's probably a conscious design choice rather than a fluke. You will be attacking non-stop, and your only defensive options are your dodges and movements, which slot themselves seamlessly into your game plan of keeping away and shooting from afar. The reloading aspect also underlines this. You can reload while moving, requiring necessary breaks where you're only able to move. This looks like a detriment, but it actually is a great reminder for novice gun users to keep moving. Another problematic aspect is your main attack does not stagger, or stun-lock, however you prefer, your unarmored opponents. Adding to that is your attack is very fast but very narrow, and thanks to the auto-targeting, you will not be able to shoot down most projectiles headed your way. Luckily, both of these issues are solved by moving a lot and dodging a bunch. You might enjoy Exegriff if you desire high-octane combat without neglecting safety. Your damage will come from the somewhat clunky special attack, but that's a small price to pay for its exuberant reserves of power. Adamant Rail boasts the highest attack rate in Hades, and that shapes a huge part of its identity. Exegriff is the best weapon in the game to leverage Dionysus or Demeter primary boons. Its basic attack, however, deals very low damage, and doesn't actually reach as far as you might have hoped. Exegriff dash attack is a quick two-shot, but only the first shot is considered to be the dash attack for boon effects and whatnot. This makes up for the time lost dashing, and a pretty good dash attack overall. Exegriff special is probably the strongest attack in the game, however. It goes over some terrain pieces, deals great damage, has an immense area of effect, and on hit does stagger your opponents. It's also very intuitive to use. While it's strong as a baseline, it gets even stronger with the introduction of boons and the Daedalus hammers. As I have mentioned, the hammers that enhance the Exegriff special are among the best in the game and are shared by all aspects. You want one of your hammers to be one of these following each game, if possible. Triple bombs, launches 3 specials in rapid succession. This one, I don't even need to bother this one up, it just triples your damage. Hazard bomb. This one increases the range and then triples the damage. Still excellent. You just lose the special boon applications the triple bombs have. The damage to self is not significant at all, but it also staggers you, and losing movements no bueno. I'm really fond of the Zagreus Adamant Rail. It improves your magazine, resulting in a 20 clip at its highest level. I did just say the reloading is good to keep one moving, but gameplay-wise, it feels terrible being locked in that reload animation. So anything to get rid of that is excellent, and 20 shots before needing to reload goes a long way towards that. The staple boons for the Exegryph, applicable to all aspects, would be Demeter or Dionysus for attack. So Demeter might not seem like the best here, but the control her effects slow offers is invaluable to Exegryph, and no weapon applies it as easily as this one. Once you got this on your primary attack, you can pick frostbitten enemies are damaged, which helps immensely with bosses, especially its higher rarities. Dionysus is just a damage monster straight up, but you can pick hungover enemies move slower further down the line. It won't reduce their attack speed, but the movement slow is still significant for a single boon. Movement speed and extra dashes from Hermes. It's really easy to overlook how much easier your runs end up being with these boons. Hermes boons are fairly rare, and the mobility and reach of Exegryph ends up being excellent with these. Athena Dash. The best dash you can pick for any weapon, no contest. For your special, well, anything with a high percentage damage works. Most of your damage will come from the special late game, so pick the rarest one you can find. There is a long-running gag in the Hades community that says Ares Adamant Rail is the strongest weapon in the game. Now, I want you to understand it's not actually a gag. The weapon is really strong. Ares introduces the system where if you get hit by your own bombard, the grenade, the special, you get increased damage for a limited amount of time. Problem is, not only is it extremely easy to make use of the system for a permanent uptime of increased damage, it's that the damage increase is not picky in what it actually increases. Other aspects have access to increased damage via different methods. Those increases usually have caveats like, say, only increases cast and attack damage. Ares, on the other hand, just gives increased damage outputs. Everything gets the increased damage bonus. This is absurdly strong. There is some discomfort in keeping up with the grenade's explosion at all times, as where the grenade is landing shortly might not always be the safest place to stand in after all. But the bonus is generous enough that you will probably find yourself standing in it and feeling quite happy with the results. I think the best boons for this one are Dionysus or Demeter boons for primary. Now I did mention this one just above, but the insane damage boost means Dionysus is now shredding people. Alternatively, Demeter helps defensively with her slowing effect to help you not get hit while picking up your bombs. For special, anything that goes well with the special is great here. A particular favorite of mine is Ares special, which does get increased damage with this aspect. Hestia is the unwieldy stepchild of the Adamant Rail family. Its effect greatly increases the damage and range of your first shot after manually reloading. You should be able to keep this effect up indefinitely, since there is no limit to how often you can reload. Hestia ends up dealing absurd amounts of damage effortlessly after all. The area of effect is now much more of an issue, so your runs will end up taking a bit longer. It's not really a problem since you deal tremendous amounts of single target damage, but large amounts of shielded and armored enemies will force you to reposition a lot. Most of your damage will come from your basic attack in this aspect, which means Artemis Boon for primary attack. You will see some insane damage numbers with this build. You can get the normal good stuff for Exegriff here accordingly, but you will mostly be shooting once and reloading. The legendary aspect of Exegriff changes the moveset and the playstyle unsurprisingly with it. The Lucifer aspect is more of a setup, space control sort of weapon, thanks to its improved bombard ability. Your grenades no longer explode upon contact, they will instead stay on the ground until hit, and will radiate damage in a radius around them every few seconds. When they do get hit by your own or opponent's attacks, they will explode. You can have up to 3 grenades at any one point. Going over this limit will cause every grenade currently on the ground to explode immediately. This radiating damage also applies the boons currently assigned to your special attack, giving you some very strong offensive options to leverage. Your basic attack also changes, but only in visuals. Gameplay-wise, it now has an effective clip of 20 bullets and deals its damage a bit faster. Most of your value will come from the interplay of your basic attack and special attack this time around. You will find yourself picking the best special boon for your playstyle, placing the radiating grenades to better face up to your opponents, and then exploding them with your basic attack or casts. Poseidon or Dionysus for basic attack. So attack speed is still the best part of this weapon, so Dionysus shouldn't be surprising. But since you're now a more space control weapon, pushing your opponents into your grenades or into walls with Poseidon becomes quite the legit choice. Zeus or Demeter for special. So Demeter special works excellently with this aspect. Reaching opponents you don't have a direct fire line by arcing the grenade and then slowing them before exploding the grenade is great value, while putting you in the least amount of danger possible. Zeus is also a particular favorite of mine because the first time any opponent gets hit by the radiating damage, Zeus Lightning triggers, and that damage explodes the grenade. With this, you won't even have to bother exploding those, they will do it on their own. So, you most definitely don't need a guide for playing Hades, and you most definitely don't need me to tell you what's good or not. The game is fun, straightforward, and balanced enough that simply playing more will yield great results. Pick your favorite weapon, get some Titan blood into it, and thank you for the company and watching. Have a good day.